Hey guys, it's Bella from Bella's Custom Crochets, and today I'm going to show you how to work what I call the dandelion stitch. It's a modified version of the crochet daisy or star stitch, and I've changed it just a little bit, so I want to give you a visual on how that's going to work. This is the stitch that I use in my Dandelion Dreams Baby Blanket, but you can substitute it in anywhere that you would be using the daisy or star stitch. It's going to give you the same stitch count overall. To start out, we are going to always be working in a multiple of 2 when you start your chains, but if you're looking to make a specific amount of dandelions, like for this swatch I'm going to be doing 4 dandelions across, you're going to want to take that number of dandelions, multiply it by 2, and then add 4. So we're going to chain 12. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 4 is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, the first 2 rows are going to be kind of setup rows, and then after that we just begin working in an A row and a B row format. So let me show you how we set up the stitch. This yarn's going to be tricky on me. Okay, so we're going to insert into the second chain from the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. We're going to do that again in the next chain. Insert, yarn over, pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on our hook. Into the next chain, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop. 4 loops on your hook. Insert, yarn over, pull up a loop. 5 loops on your hook. And insert, yarn over, pull up a loop for a total of 6 loops on your hook. Every single dandelion is going to be worked through 6 loops like this, so just always make sure you're keeping count and you have the right amount so you don't mess up your stitch count. Then we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through all 6 of them. And then we chain 1 to close the bottom half of that dandelion. Now we're going to begin working the next dandelion, and instead of just working across this chain, we're actually going to begin to work into the previous dandelion, so they kind of end up overlapping each other. The first part is going to be worked into what we're going to call the eye. So it's this little hole here that was made by the chain 1. So we're going to insert into there. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Then we're going to insert into what is the last leg, I guess, of the previous dandelion. We're going to yarn over and we're going to pull up a loop. Then we're going to insert into the base of the previous dandelion, so that last chain stitch that we worked into. Yarn over, pull up a loop, we have 4 on our hook, and then we're going to do that twice more in the next 2 chains. So insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, 5 loops, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop for 6 loops, yarn over and pull through all 6 again, and chain 1. We're going to do that again 2 more times across to give us 4 dandelions. So into the eye, into the leg, into the base, it sounds like we're murdering something, and into the next 2 chains. So we have our 6 loops, yarn over, pull through all 6, and chain 1, and then 1 more time. 4 loops, 5 loops, and then 6 loops. Chain 1. And then to close off that row, we're going to do 1 half double crochet into the same last chain that we just worked into. This will give it a nice flat edge. There we go. So that is the setup row for the bottom half of the dandelions, and now we need to close off the top half. This is where I have made the modifications. Usually when you're doing the daisy or star stitch, you're only going to be working into the eyes of the dandelions on the second row, but we're going to actually just work straight across. I like the slight change that it makes in the way that it looks. So we're going to chain 1 and then half double crochet into that same stitch. And then we're going to just half double crochet across, alternating between the eye and then that stitch there. So half double crochet here. Half double crochet there, into the eye, into that stitch there, and we're going to end up with 9 half double crochets across. So just to check your stitch counts, remember we were doing 4 times 2 is 8. On this second row you're going to do that number 8 plus 1 to make sure you have the right number. So we're going to end up with 9 half double crochets across. And the back isn't as cute, but when you flip it over, we have some nice full fluffy dandelions there. So now we're going to begin working in that A row, B row format now that we've all set up and got going. We're going to chain 3 from here. And instead of working into like this stitch where you might normally start a row, we're going to actually start working into this chain to create a nice full dandelion. So we're going to insert into that second chain from our hook, just like we started out before. And we're going to do that same yarn over and pull up the whole 6 loops situation. So you work across the chain, and then now we're to that first stitch. Insert into there, yarn over 4, 5, and 6. Yarn over, go through, and chain 1. And then we're going to just keep doing that across like we did before. Six, six, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to close it off in that same last stitch we just worked into. So then we have the bottom half of those dandelions there, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do that same half double crochet method across the back. So into the first one, and then straight across. Last one, which will give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I should mention the starting chains are not going to count as a stitch throughout, so you're just counting that 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And also, I did have a couple testers ask, this is the front, obviously, so that's where the nice full dandelions are, and some people had asked if this little ridge here was correct. It is. That's going to be created on the wrong side. There's just going to be a little, almost looks like a raised braid sticking up. So the bottom half of the dandelions will be your A row, and then those half double crochets across the back will always be your B row. And that is how you work your dandelion stitch. Usually to close off either like the top of the blanket or any pattern you're working, I'll probably do a single crochet row just straight across the top to kind of just really seal it off, make it nice and tidy. So that, my friends, is the dandelion stitch. I hope you enjoy this tutorial and that it helps you either make my Dandelion Dreams baby blanket or whatever pattern it is that you're working on. Enjoy!